Okay, this is your geometry video for 11.6, surface areas and volumes of spheres. So a sphere is just like a big giant ball, and the radius is going to come from the center of that ball to the outside of the ball. And this formula for the surface area is 4 times pi r squared. So you kind of think of this as a baseball. So think about one circle of that radius, with that radius r. Actually, let me try to draw it a little bit different. I'll pretend those are congruent, right? And then kind of like that. You know how a baseball has the stitching on it? And you can kind of see there's 4 of those. And so it comes out to be 4 times pi r squared. So just one of those circles, find the area of that, and then multiply by 4. The volume, however, is going to be 4 times pi r squared, which is the surface area, times another r, and then divided by 3. Doesn't quite make much sense, but that's what the formula is, and you don't need to memorize this. I'll give you this on a test. But that's what we'll be using in this section. So the first problem asks for the surface area of the sphere down here. This has a diameter of 10. So the radius is going to be 1/2 the diameter, which is 1/2 of 10, which is 5. So here my r is 5. And then the surface area is 4 times pi r squared. So 4 times pi, if radius is 5, this is 4 pi times 25. 25 times 4 is 100 pi, and then my units are meters. And surface area is cubed. So, sorry, not cubed, squared. I said cubed, but I meant 2. Squared. So 100 pi meters square, which is what the answer is, which I've given you there. And there's not one for you to practice. So let's move on. Hopefully that's not too bad. It's really just a formula. Problem 2 says Earth's equator is about 24,902 miles long. What is the approximate surface area of Earth round to the nearest 1,000 square meters? So this is giving the circumference, right? Equator is going to be circumference. So circumference is 2 pi r. If the circumference is 24,902, we can back into what our radius is by dividing by 2 pi. So let's take 24,902, divide it by 2, and then divide it by pi. And we get that my radius is 3,963.3 miles. All right, and then we can plug into our surface area, which is 4 times pi r squared. So for pi, radius is 3963.3, and then we're going to square that. So let's square our radius, and then multiply it by 4, and then multiply it by pi, and we get 197,387.0. And this is the nearest 1,000 square miles. So we can just say 0, 0, 0. Miles squared. Okay. So again, just formulas, and right, circumference you need there, right? Because equator is the circumference. Enjoy. Oops. Okay, moving on to problem 3. You don't have any to try in this lesson. This is an old lesson. I didn't make a new one, so you guys got lucky. Problem 3. What is the volume of the sphere in terms of pi? So we're going to use our volume of a sphere, which is 4/3 pi r cubed. In this case, they gave us the radius is 6, so we just plug that on in. 4/3 times pi times 6 cubed. They want it in terms of pi, so we can just do 6 cubed is 216 times 4 is 864, divided by 3 is 288. pi, and this is meters and it's volume, so it's cubed. And that matches the answer I already gave you. It's gonna just plugging right in. And last one, problem 4. Volume of a sphere is 5,000 meters cubed. What is its surface area? Okay, so we're just going to have to use all the formulas we have to back into these. So we know that the volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. We don't know what r is, right? But we know that the volume is 5,000, so we can back into that. Or remember that the surface area is 4 pi r squared. Oh, never mind, because we need to know what the r is for that. Never mind. Let's just figure out what r is. Let's solve for r here. So we were going to undo everything around r. In this case, we're going to multiply by 3/4 and then divide by pi. So let's multiply this by 3/4 and then divide by pi, which is the same as multiplying by 1/pi. So let's take 5,000, multiply by 3, divide that by 4, and then divide that by pi. And we get r cubed equals 1193.66. And then we just need to take the cubed root of that. And then we get about 10.6 is my radius. So the surface area is 4 pi times radius squared. So let's square that radius. We get 112.5, and then times that by 4, and then times that by pi. And we get 1414, and the nearest square meter, 0.0, so that just rounds to 1414. And meters squared, right, because area is squared. Okay, that is it for that lesson. There is your practice.